Hey, Shalom Makiam, this is Yabatazah coming back with another video. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work of sincerity and truth, striving for the hopeful leg, enduring all afflictions, and seeking out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Yahweh Shem Yahushai Wahab Kodash, Barakatam Akim. Alright, as you see, I got Donald Trump right here. Just gonna go into some scriptures, but I want you brothers to have a visual. I mean, we all know what he looks like, but I'm gonna bring the scriptures out, just going into these Edomites, in particular this puppet that they have set up, being their spokesman. All right, for those other those rats that hide behind that hidden curtain, but you know the skirt's been lifted up and we already know who they are. But the scriptures talk about these individuals, you know, the nation of Edom, the Amalekites. All right, and it gives us the characteristics of these individual people on how to discern who they are in the last days and who we deal with on a daily basis. So I just want to bring out some scriptures in the book of Isaiah, and I'm going to go into some words, you know, the definitions, the meaning of these words here in this particular chapter and these verses that I'm going to pull out, and just basically going into what he's doing. You know, these elites, these rich men of the world, they don't really give a shit about you know, the people, particularly you Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, basically the Hebrew Israelites, and that's because that's the way it was set up. You know what I'm saying? And the curses had fallen upon you Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, and it's not really anybody's. It's not really any other nation's fault. The Most High just used these other nations as a whipping stick. You know what I'm saying? Even though judgment's gonna be played out on them, but in a sense, it was our rebellion that led us in the position, in the state that we are in. You know, so I want to go into the book of Isaiah. I'm gonna get out of this, but let me show you some pictures of this fucking Edomite. You know, you just see the arrogance, you know, of on his face. You know, he's real haughty. You can see it in his eyes. You know, his countenance is proud. You know, he's like a big ass kid in an adult body. You know, acting like he has some kind of power, man. You know, just like Yahweh Shai told Bunches Pilate, you know, if his power over him is given from above, you know, or else he would take power. He would take things into his own hands, basically, roughly paraphrasing, man. So we had to bear the indignation of the Lord, and see, look at that pink devil, you know, probably gets you know, tanning you know, sprayed on his skin because he's really pale. You know, he looks sick, but he gets that tanning spray sprayed on his skin. You know, see, look at this. That you know, it's crazy. But this is who they got. You know, being their spokesman. You know. Alright, so I just wanted y'all to get a real good visual. Look at those two damn demons. Look at those bags under those eyes, man. Like, motherfucker. Wicked. Alright. So I'm gonna go into the scriptures here in Isaiah 32:5. It says, "The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful." Alright. So I'm gonna go into that first verse and go into some words. All right, so it says, "The vile person shall be no more called liberal," because to be liberal is to be, you know, giving. You know what I'm saying? So it says, "The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful." All right, so let's go into that word vile. All right, it says the outline of biblical use is foolish or senseless fool. Okay, So that's what is considered a vile person. All right, somebody that is a fool. Okay, and these Edomites, that's exactly what they are. They're vile. They're foolish. Okay, and it says shall be no more called liberal. Let's look up that word liberal. The outline of biblical usage says inclined, willing, noble, generous, incited, inclined, willing, noble, princely, noble. All right, in mind and character, you know. So they're not willing to do these things, man. It's all just set up. It's something that, you know, the founding fathers had, you know, made the Constitution. You got all these different Edomites that are in there, the Amalekites, these Jewish, the international bakers that are not down with none of that. They don't care about none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they're not truly who they say they are, you know, or what they're trying to display to the people by giving these Federal Reserve notes, these food stamps, you know, income tax at the end of the year, this, that, and the third. You know, so it says, I'm gonna read it again. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, right? And that's what we're knowing. We're knowing who the true liberals are. All right, it's the ones that are on the highways and the byways, the brothers that are giving this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, telling you that you shall not live by bread alone, by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High, which is out of the scriptures. Okay, we're telling you what's needful for your body, what's needful for you. Yahweh Shai tells us that in when he was speaking, when he was on the earth, in the book of, let me see where it is, in the book of Matthew chapter 6. You know what I'm saying? You can go into there and read it. All right, it says nor the churl said to be bountiful. So look up that word churl. All right, it says the outline of biblical use is a scoundrel or knave. All right, so I looked up that word knave, or real quick. It says Strong's definitions in the sense of withholding niggardly, right? A niggard or churl. Okay, so it says that word knave or scoundrel. So right here I already have it brought up. All right, it says knave. Right, a dishonest or unscrupulous man. All right, and it gives you the synonyms of what it is. All right, so he's a dishonest man. Okay, they really have an agenda. You know, they have a hatred, and they're using as the so-called Mexicans as that you know, as that footstep. You know what I'm saying, as that stepping stone. But in within his speech, he even mentioned you African Americans and you Latinos, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's who he has a problem with. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. It says the synonyms: scoundrel, rogue, villain, rascal, good for nothing, wretch. And like I say, he looks like a big ass baby, you know, and he's a rascal, man. You know, an unprincipled person, reprobate, scapegrace, wrongdoer, evildoer, charlatan, cheat, swindler, and fraudster, man. So this man he's knave in his doings, man. You know. Let me come back over here. So it says that let me go back. It says nor the churl said to be bountiful. So that's the word churl, is to be a knave or a scoundrel or dishonest man. Said to be bountiful. So let's go into that word bountiful. It says in the outline of biblical use is independent, noble, free, rich, generous. You see, and this man is rich. He got all kinds of money, you know. But the Most High, or you know, people that have any kind of sense is that you don't give a fuck about what you got or your money. You know what I'm saying? And right here in the book of Revelations, it says in verse or chapter 3, verse 17. It says, because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched, miserable, poor, blind, and naked. You see? So it says, again, the vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. Okay, because the riches that they lack is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that comes from the scriptures. These instructions, man, on how to deal with nations, how to deal with kingdoms, with people, how to distribute and measure um the food, or rations and things of that nature. But these people, they don't know how to do that, man. America's in like a $1 trillion debt, man. And you people are what's next to be handed over. It's gonna be blood, man. That's what the birth certificate, the social security cards are all about. You are cattle. You are a product to these people. All right. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 1. Hear therefore, O you kings, and understand, learn, ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Lord Yahweh, and sovereignty from the highest. Who shall try your works and search out your counsels? Because being ministers of his kingdom, you have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of the Most High. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. For mercy will soon pardon the meanest, but the mighty men shall be mightily tormented. All right, so the mercy shall soon pardon the meanest. Like this man, he's mean man. So mercy will be pardoned from him. He's going to be judged. Okay, so it says the vile person shall be no more called liberal, and this man, he's vile. All these Edomites, the Amalekites, the International Bakers, the Rothschilds, Bilderbergs, the Gettys, the DuPonts, all these rich men, Bill Gates. You got all these different individual Edomites, you so-called white people. You are going to be judged, and no more are you known as a liberal, nor are you bountiful, because you lack the true riches of what makes a person precious. Okay. It is not determined by what you gain or what you have tangible. Tangible substance. Okay? You don't have faith, you don't have any form of confidence in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You have confidence in your sword. You have confidence in taking away the money, you know what I'm saying, so-called money. The Federal Reserve notes, snaps, or the food stamps. Certain laws, certain rights of the people. When us as human beings, we have natural God-given rights, and we don't have to go through any other man. Therefore, it makes you an oppressor, makes you, a slave master. All right. So it says, I'm gonna keep reading the Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 7. It says, for he which is Lord over all shall fear no man's person, neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness, for he hath made the small and great, and careth for all alike. But a sore trial shall come upon the mighty. You see, so the sore trial is going to come upon you. All right. So it says, the vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. Okay. So like, I'm going to go back into that word bountiful. It says the outline of biblical use: independent, noble, free, rich, and generous. And like I said, and like I read in Revelation chapter 3, verse 17, it says, because thou sayest, I am rich, and increase with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched, miserable, and poor, blind, and naked. Okay, so that's how these Edomites are. This is how Donald Trump is, man. Strong's definition right here. It says, in the original sense of freedom, a noble, that is liberal, opulent, all right, bountiful, crying, rich, all right, and they're not rich. They're lacking the true riches, okay, which is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay, so let me go back to Isaiah 32 and verse 6. It says, for the vile person shall speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, to utter error against the Lord Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. And that's what he's doing to millions and millions of so-called, American people. Taking away their daily bread, man. Their paycheck away from them. all because he's full of pride, and he wants to get this so-called wall built up to divide Mexico and America, which is, it's just bullshit. It's just an agenda. They want to stir shit up. You know what I'm saying? They want to see how far they can go. Just like when he took the kids away, you know, he separated the kids from the parents on the Mexican border. He's showing you, what they're doing is showing you that they can do what they want, and they're just seeing how you people are gonna react. You see what I'm saying? That's all he's doing. He's like a fucking bully, a big fucking bully, bullying all you Negro Latinos and Native American Indians. That's why the Most High gave us this book, to give us instruction on how to live our life, not to depend on anybody, to work with our hands, man. You know what I'm saying? And you got there's a lot of Jake out there, I'm talking about males, that they don't even know how to fucking work, man. They don't know how to get out of bed. They don't know how to go and do an interview, man. You know? So it says the vile person, right? I'm going to that word in that verse 6. All right, let's look up that word vile one more time. It says foolish, senseless, fool. All right, so that's what that is right there. All right, it says villainy. It says the vile person will speak villainy. Look up that word, and with, you know, it says senseless, folly, disgraceful folly, or immorality, profane actions, disgrace. You know, and then that's what he's doing to America. You know, you got these so-called, the Democrats, that's what they're feeling. They're seeing that is bringing disgrace to America. You know, his actions and whatever, whether they're acting or whatever, they're still bringing disgrace to the American people. All right, and he's speaking. It says profane actions, man. All right. So it says, in the Strong's definition, foolishness, that is morally, you know, it's morally foolish to take away somebody's to take away food from somebody's table, man, especially when there's kids involved. You know what I'm saying? And certain people that depend on the government are actually sincere and honest in that, man. They actually really need that assistance, man. You know, the older people, you know, the elderly, and you're taking all that away from them, man. That's an evil thing, very evil and wicked thing. Let me find this scripture to back what I'm saying up. This is Sirach chapter 34 verse 21. It says, the bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. You see, Donald Trump, you're a man of blood. The whole government, United States government, Senate, all y'all that are agreeing with him, y'all are men of blood, and y'all are killing people. Y'all gonna eventually be the cause of a lot of death, and that's why you're known as the pale horse, man. Okay, that's why you're known as the devil. You're known as the old serpent, the dragon, the beast. You know, what does a snake do? It kills with poison. What does a dragon do? It destroys, it kills, it stomps. All right. So it says in Sirach 34:21, the bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him. So you're taking away your neighbor's living, man. They live off those Federal Reserve notes to get what they need to get to pay their bills. You know, so their villainy, right? Let's go back. All right, it says for the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. You see, if you can't see that this scripture is not fitting, is not talking about these Edomites, you're a damn fool, man. You're an anti-Messiah. All right, you're an enemy to the cross of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, I'm gonna read that again. in Sirach 34:21, the bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder. And that's plain, man. You know, like it says, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. All right. So it says, so that's what villainy is to be, speak, folly, man. Verse 7, the instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices, destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. It's because you got certain people that, like I said, they depend on that government aid, that assistance, and they speaketh right. They ain't taking advantage of it. They actually really need that. But that shows you how this devil is. He don't give a shit about you so-called or you handicapped people, you elderly people. He really don't care. Before I go any further, let's look up that word churl. I know I looked it up earlier. It says knave, right? Scoundrel or knave. So let's go back. All right. So I got knave right there. Knave. Right? A dishonest or unscrupulous man. And then I got some other see. The unscrupulous. It says unscrupulous. Right? Having or showing no moral principles, not honest or fair. And that's unfair. What he's doing is not fair, because he has this, he wants to keep his word. He's determined to fulfill his word, to build that wall. So he's taking away everybody's food from their table, man. Right? So he goes into synonyms again. Unprincipled, unethical, immoral. Right there, what he's doing, he should be impeached, man. He should be taken out of office because of this heinous act that he's doing, man. It's unethical. He's being immoral. All right, conscienceless, untrustworthy, and he's not somebody to be trusted, man. He's a damn devil, a deceiver, a liar, a proud individual, man. All right, shameless, reprobate. You could see all over his face. He's shameless. He don't give a fuck. But that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we know this stuff has to happen. But what I'm saying to you Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, don't never trust thine enemy, man. All right, with this is Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. That iron is showing forth in his skin, man. Look how red he is. Look how orange he is. That's all rust. That's all wickedness that's coming out of him, man. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he standeth up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? So one that goeth to a sinner, and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, he will undermine thee, and he will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance, man. He's untrustworthy. Never trust thy enemy, man. All right. Like I said, it got all the different synonyms of it. Villainous, evil, wicked, bad, improper, degenerate. So that goes into that word knave, for the word churl. Okay. which is to be a fool. Let's look up that word, churl. I think I picked it up, but it was on the other, the dictionary.
Churl.
Right, churl, an impolite, mean-spirited person, you know, and that's what I was reading back in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 6. For mercy will soon pardon the meanest. All right, but mighty men shall be mightily tormented. Okay, so it says an impolite and mean-spirited person, a miser, a person of low birth, a peasant, and that's what they've always been, a peasant, a base people. Okay, so let's go from here. I believe I have it in there was a word that I was I think I did look up the word churl here as well. Salakia. Alright, it says churl, a rude, boorish person, a miserly person, right? So it goes into that word miser. So churl is to be a rude, you know, mean person, right? So let's look up that word miser. It says one who lives, a person who lives poorly in order to save money, stingy, avaricious person. All right. So exactly that's what he is, man. He got all this money, you know what I'm saying? He don't care, you know what I'm saying? Like that word niggardly, basically means, you know, a stingy person as well. Or it says not generous, stingy, you know. So that's the true nature, serving out of the rations with a niggard hand, you know what I'm saying? So that's what he's doing. He's taking away your rations, he's taking away your food, you know, because that's exactly what he is. He don't see that you're worthy of having that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Meager, scanty, you know what I'm saying? And it got niggardly adjectives. It says a niggard person, cheap, mean, miserly, you know, close-fisted, penny pinching, you know what I'm saying? It has all these different you know, niggard rations, you know what I'm saying? So that's what that's their true, they're no longer liberals, but they're churl, you know what I'm saying? They're those foolish niggard people. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right, man. All right, so let's go back and start read off at Isaiah 32:8. But the liberal deviseth liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand. And what are those liberal things? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the instructions of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, so the liberal, who are the liberals? The elect. All right, the men of the Lord. Right, inclined, willing, noble, generous, incited, inclined, willing, noble, princely in rank. And what is Yasha'Allah? He is a prince of power. All right, so we are the true servants and the true leaders of the earth. All right, over here it says spontaneous, ready, a ready spirit, and that's what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has done. He has given us a quickening spirit to distribute this word, man, to feed the masses, to feed you people with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, going into the scriptures, you know, to the best of our ability, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna read this all the way through and end it with that. Isaiah 32:5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause to drink of the thirsty to fail. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. But the liberal deviseth liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand. All right, and you have to stand on the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai,